Good morning and happy Friday. It's nice to see you guys. I feel like I can finally talk. My husband has been home the last 2 Fridays because he was sick and he couldn't go back to work until his COVID test came in. And so I've been like quietly whispering the last 2 weeks. And so now I can talk freely, which is absolutely great. So since it is Friday, it is trivia day, which means grab a sibling, grab your parent if you want to play along with somebody, or just enjoy and test your own knowledge. So here we go. First question. Joe and Frank are the two main characters in this fictional detective book series. This is before my time, so y'all might not even have read these, but I loved their counterpart. And that is the Hardy Boys series. I never read them, but I read a lot of Nancy Drew. That was my book of choice when I was a kid. How many presidents have been in office in your lifetime? How many U.S. presidents? The answer there is 3. Sorry if you are a sibling or parent for whom the answer is not 3. But y'all have had George W. Bush, y'all have had Obama, and now Trump, and we shall see in November if that goes to 4. All right, next question. Which animated sequel's worldwide premiere happened in homes everywhere last weekend? And that would be the movie Trolls World Tour. Next question. 50 years ago from today, this spacecraft returned after a treacherous mission in which one of its oxygen tanks exploded. Hint, there's a Tom Hanks movie about this spacecraft in this mission. And that, my friends, is Apollo 13. Next question. According to Newsday, which game show is America's favorite? I don't know how official this source is as far as naming America's favorite game shows, but I certainly agree with it. It's Jeopardy. That's been the nice thing. I haven't watched Jeopardy, really. I've watched one episode of it since we've been out of school physically. But I used to go home every day after school when I was in high school and watch Jeopardy because I'm a nerd. Which line comes next in this Beauty and the Beast song? Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. What comes next? They can sing and they can dance. After all, miss, this is France. Yes. Excellent song. This band released Don't Stop Believing in 1981, and most people can still sing every single word today. Hopefully you are singing this song yourself right now as you are answering this question. And the answer there is Journey, the band Journey. Which year was I born? And the answer there is 1996. Who is on the $50 bill? It's a grand question. Who is it? And the answer there is Ulysses S. Grant. I just laughed because when I said Grant, I'm like, oh, that's pretty much the answer. What did Grant do? What is he famous for? He was the general of the Union Army in the Civil War, and then he also became U.S. president. So he's got two jobs that he's famous for. What is the longest running TV show? A lot of y'all might not know this. It's a soap opera. I've never heard of the show until I looked up this question. What is the longest running TV show that is a soap opera? And the answer is General Hospital. It's been on for 57 years. That's so long. That's older than my mom. Like, that's crazy. Which two NFL teams are tied at 6 for most Super Bowl wins? We see them in a lot of our Super Bowls, especially lately. So our two answers there are the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. All right, and our last question, what is the name of the satyr who trains Hercules in the Disney movie Hercules? Going for his nickname. I have to get his whole name right. All right, and the answer there is Phil. All right, that's it for trivia today. So to finish off, I wanted to, since I never brought these in during our poetry unit, but since it is Poetry Month, I want to read y'all one of the poems that I have written. And so that's what we're going to do. UMHB does one of my favorite aspects of this school, being an English person, is that they publish a collection of works every year, and only people who are associated with UMHB can publish in it. So current students, alumni, and then staff, which means that there still is competition because you're going against hundreds of other submissions, but there's not as much competition as if you were going for like a national magazine or something. So that's really cool. So I want to read you guys one of the poems that I wrote there. It's a long one, but it's a story. Pretty long. Okay, so it's called Mommy, Who Is That? April 7th, 2013. The television glows like my blushing cheeks. Your arm hugs me like a Miss America sash as my head perches perfectly on your perfect shoulder. The words branded on my heart fill our living room. I, Duncan Bo Piper, take you, Monica Jean Owens, to be my lawfully wedded wife. You repeat promises made 365 days ago. I meet your perfect blue eyes. Everything outside of this moment no longer exists. You may kiss the bride. We eagerly obey. February 21st, 2014. The crumpled paper torments my heart. Trusting hands wipe unbelieving tears. The words act as a refrain. I beg to forget them. I'm sorry, honey. I have to go. Foreign words in familiar handwriting. I'm sorry, honey. I need some time. The baffling message lies across the room. He'll be back soon. I know Duncan loves me. He said he always will. I trust my husband. But those words still seep into my mind. I'm sorry, honey. I have to go. I need some time. April 7th, 2014. Staring at the ceiling like I used to stare at your untouched pillow, waiting for nothing. My forearms cross my stomach like the seatbelt of a roller coaster. The television drones, no sights or sounds interrupt my state. The recording of our wedding waits on the shelf in the dust it's befriended over the year. I've abandoned my naive belief that you'll return. I no longer charge the door at the slightest knock. I no longer hyperventilate your name each time I pick up the phone. All traces of you are fading. I am finally releasing all memories and reminders. My stomach hiccups, the first kick. April 8th, 2016. The recording of her first steps nestles in the place where our exchange of vows and lies once sat. I sentenced all indications of you to be removed and destroyed. That most terrifying question, Mommy, who is that? Played through my head. She would point her perfect finger at your frozen face. I could not invent a heroic tale that gave you a satisfactory alibi. I raised my daughter not to lie. She will never know who you were or who you are. No need to subject her to the agony and desire of your return. I had to immunize myself. I rarely think of those 994 days of my complete devotion to the man who once loved me, or so he said. All right, there's a good, encouraging note to start your day off. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you like writing poetry, or even if you don't, I'm sorry if the Edgenuity unit made you not like poetry as much as our poetry unit in class did. If that's the case, please remember the class poetry unit and not the Edgenuity poetry unit. But I encourage you guys to be writing. We're probably in our lives never going to have as much time as we have right now, and we don't even want to have the time that we have right now. So I encourage you guys to be writing, whether that's poetry, stories, if it's just, journaling or something about your day or about shows or movies or books or whatever. But I encourage y'all to be writing. All right, to end off this very long video today, I wanted to share one of our random holidays for today. I love this. It's called Blah, Blah, Blah Day, and I'm just going to read the description right off of here. It says, blah, blah, blah day might just be the blahest day ever. The intent of this day is to do all of the projects and things that people have been nagging you to do. This may include quitting a habit, losing weight, or working on home projects. The honey-do list or job jar is top target for today. So if you've got anything that you've been like, oh, I'll do it eventually, guess what? We've been doing nothing for 3-4 weeks now, and so now is the time to do it. Because hopefully we'll all be able to go back to normal and to real life soon. So if you have any projects that you need to work on today, I am writing cards for the kids at our church, and so I had 35-ish to write, and so I did like 20 last night. I'm finishing that today as my blah 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 day thing, which I'm excited to do, so it's good. But if you have something that you need to get done, do it today. That's it. I love you guys. Hope you have a grand weekend, and I'll see y'all next week.